Okay, Lee, 24 hours on from last night's big win at Tavistock, a brilliant result, and what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was a game which, as I sort of tried to describe on Saturday, is always going to be a tall order in terms of the location of Tavistock and getting the players to that location on a Wednesday night. So it was a big ask from players to do that. Obviously a big ask by the club to provide the sort of transportation to get them there. So fair play to everyone that bought into last night, and I think the mentality that we arrived at the ground in was the right one for that game. And what we got to do is reciprocate it for the, as I said, it was 18 cup finals before Saturday, it was 17, and then we just keep ticking them off as we go, trying to get as many positive results as we can. We know we've got a tall order of Saturday because I said before and I'll say again, I believe that they're our title favourites. They're what I've seen so far, the best team that we've come up against. So it's going to be a massive task for us on Saturday, but obviously we're arriving at the game in better confidence than we did going into last weekend.
Definitely, and you talk about sort of taking it game by game, and it almost seems like it's a bit of a carbon copy of what we did last season. But you said the challenge is different. Obviously, we were aiming to get into playoffs. This one's all about making sure this football club stays in the Southern League for next season. How has your approach sort of differed, or is it literally going to be the exact same as what we did last season, which was just take each match as it comes and then sort of see where we are in a month and 2 months' time?
As a manager, as a club, the staff and players around it, you should never look too far ahead in football because you could trick yourself up, so to speak. Especially sometimes you are a group of games, you think there's points there, and then you suddenly, you get a bloody nose by a defeat that maybe you weren't expecting, and it sort of like knocks you for a while, and then it can work the other way. You can pick up 3 points in a game where you weren't expecting is worth more than 3 points because it builds a confidence a little bit more than just like a win. But let's say we're just looking at it game by game. We've evolved the squad a bit. We've looked at players that we've put time into over the years, and they've gone off and they've been brought back. And like I say, one performance in particular was eye-catching last night in Luco. And we're proud of him, we're proud of what he does, we're proud of the way he goes about his business, the chances he had limited up until this point, and now it looks like he wants to run in games in his side, and he's going to obviously look to stay in the side on merit, and he can't do no more than what he did last night because he was outstanding.
Definitely, and let's talk more about last night's game. Obviously, it was a brilliant win to get the 3 points. What was it that pleased you the most? You talked about the travelling down and how much sort of that was, almost a hindrance on the football club. But from what the supporters saw on the pitch, there wasn't any hindrance, and it was a fantastic man-to-man performance.
It was. I think there's a lot of youthfulness in the side, but obviously a lot of experience. There's a good blend, and I think everyone bought into it because, as a manager, sometimes when you talk, maybe the way I did on Saturday, you don't want to give your players excuses before the game commences. So there is that risk where you sort of they say about the travelling, about this, which I'll still stand by that statement, and it wasn't just made better just because the 3 points were in our bank come the end of the game, and we can drive back in happier spirits. But so you don't want to be giving players excuses, but in fairness to them, to a man, as you said, you could just tell there was a little bit of a buzz in the dressing room. I think that was enhanced with the 3 points that we got on Saturday. And I think that these boys, I'm always proud of them and their attitudes because they've never let me down. I mean, individually they might fall short of their own personal standards, and then you might have to give the odd reminder as such, but no one's ever deliberately let me down, and this side is evolving again, and we know that the Southern League's a great level of football we're playing at. Maybe I've stated before, off the field we're not quite at Southern League level, and we still got work to do in that department, but on the field the players keep allowing us to be competitive in this division, and hopefully by the end of this season that'll be borne out yet again.
Definitely, and how important is it to go to a team like Tottenham, who are, they're absolutely flying high in the division. We know how close they came to getting the playoffs. We just about nipped them last season. It looks like this season they're going to try and go that next step to make sure they are in the playoffs. How important is it to go into that match having had the last 2 victories sort of behind the team?
Oh, it's massive because it makes us a slightly different animal going into the game, albeit we'll have big players missing again, which is disappointing because when you play games like Tottenham, like these sort of sides, you do want to have your full quota and your full strength of players. But we also know that, as you said, we've got the confidence of getting a result down there. We know no side in this division is unbeatable. You treat each game on its merits, and we know we can be competitive with anyone in this division. So we're going to go to the game in good spirits, as I said already. Like it's better spirits than maybe 7 days ago, but that's a long time in football in any situation you're in. So we know that we've got a lot of work to do to get ourselves away from any area that we would be unhappy to be in. We need to keep doing what we're doing. We need to keep working hard, but I trust everyone around the place that is doing that. And I just say that I feel that there's always a feel-good factor at this club because people here are honest and good, but I feel that there's a little bit now starting to be, we're in it together because we know we've had voids to fill, and I've said it before, and it sounds like a broken record, but not just on the field of play. We've lost probably, not probably, but definitely the best man in this club's history, and he'll never be replaced. So that was always going to have a ricochet on people. And to be honest with you, I think he'd be proud of the way this club's evolving in terms of on the field with the youngsters. And that's always in our thoughts, it's always been in our thoughts, and is now to hopefully be played out on the field of play. And that's all we can look to do. And I believe if we stand by these players, trust them and give them the confidence and not sort of kill anyone that as a iffy period, they'll all be fine. And then there's time beyond me, because I'm always looking at players like at the moment we've appointed Lloyd Mills as captain. And Lloyd Mills for the next few games with Jake Gosling being away. And Lloyd Mills is a man that's played for me for a long period of time. These are the sort of people that evolve a club. And that, I mean, like after Lee Lashenko, there'll be life. What I want people to be involved with this club, because the legacy's got to live on. This club's got to be here for a long period of time. And these sort of people make that happen.